a lot of talk about USA basketball versus foreign basketball, especially European basketball, but foreign basketball, right? They playing in Africa, they playing in Australia, they getting it in everywhere, right? So here's the conversation. A lot of people are starting to say, man, look, those European players are playing better than us Americans, okay? And then it's starting to get crunchy. The craziest thing is this. Woo! I hate to say it. It's starting to turn into some hate. Because at first you respect somebody. Oh, yeah, I see you. Oh, the Gucci's? Oh, you killing them. Then he show up again with the Louis. Oh, and the Louis? Oh, okay, kill him. Then he show up with the what? What's after that? Bally? I don't know. You can tell I shot at Target. Ooh, what are those? Oh, the Dior's? Oh, no, those are the Louboutins. The batons. Not the Louis Vuitton, the batons. As soon as somebody do this, that is hate. That is the prettiest face hate can make. Well, let's listen to the homies, the odd couple, talk about this USA hate on these foreign players. It's real.
I do believe that players in the NBA, former players in the NBA, feel that they can.
Some of these are current. I mean, obviously, Draymond.
But they feel like they can rip on the European players because they're not going to push back. They're not going to be confrontational. They would not do this to other black players in the league. That's just my gut feeling that they would have never.
Black American.
Yeah, black American players that they would. Giannis, what's Giannis going to do? That's just not his makeup, Chris. The Joker. Shaq says to his face, "You're not gonna. You didn't deserve the MVP." Right. He wouldn't do that if it was some other. I just don't believe it in my heart, and I don't have any proof. But I don't believe that they would call these guys out. And I do believe and they better get ready because Wemby, Chris, as you know, is the next hotness, and he ain't from the United States. But I do think that there's a wave of anti-foreign players that is going on because they're winning the awards and they're playing at a high level, and I think it's disgraceful. I think they should understand how hard it is to play this game, and don't try to beat down people who are excelling at it. They're doing great stuff. That's all.
I don't disagree with what you've said, and I think there is some jealousy because these dudes are. Let's just face it, guys. Right now, the best players in the world are not from America.
Plain and simple.
Now, overall, if you want to go 50 deep, you want to go 25 deep, you want to go 50 deep, you want to go 100 deep, sure. We got the best, the majority of the better players. But the absolute elite level, the top five, we got Kerry Kittles on the show
what's that, hour
today.
2?
Yeah. And Kerry and I were texting earlier in the day, and he sent me, if I can find it, he sent me his top 6 players. And I'm his top 6 players right now in the NBA. Here it is. Joker, Luka, Ant-Man, Embiid, Shea, Giannis.
There's only one
5
American
of those
there, right?
6 are international, right?
Hey, you like, dog, you couldn't put your chapstick on earlier? Oh, man, he broke that down. Let me tell y'all this. Everything they said, I have to agree with. But I think there's a different reason, or there's a cause for this jealousy, perception, and hate coming from America. It's not just that the foreign players, like the top 6, 5 of them are from overseas, and then there's only one American. I don't think that's really at the issue. The issue is this. I think American players have a frustration that they went through a system that promoted, that told them, that reinforced that, hey, you guys ball here, you're going to get there and be the top dogs. Top dog here, top dog there. Why? Because this sport, this is where we do it. It was birthed in Canada. Basketball started in Canada. They play it everywhere, but this is where it's king, right? We're the best players right here. So imagine you 8 years old, like my itty bitties, and then they just ball. Then you go to college. Oh, no, skip college. Oh, high school, straight to the pros. No. 1 year of college. No, 3 years of college. Whatever. I'm the man. And then I get to the league. And then this is what happens. This is why I always tell you, don't ever lie to your kids and tell them they ain't competing. They all, soon as they born, first word, dad. You're like, your second word to be compete. This because you're gonna go to a lobby one day and want to be the general manager of Ford, and there's gonna be 900 people in that lobby all wanting to be the general manager of Ford, and you ain't never seen them, heard of them, met them, and they all from everywhere. That's what happened to the NBA. These American players are sitting there like, oh, yeah, come on, man, it's me. You know, they showing up to AAU games, you know, socks and Crocs. You see these 17-year-olds walking around, empty backpacks in Vegas, 3 days. You ever go to Vegas in the summer? It's more kids there than you. You're like, and they all poolside. You're like, they got wristbands. They can't drink, but they got wristbands too. They look, you're not a 17-year-old kid from New York. That's a point forward. and they were in the illusion that all they had to do was compete against themselves. And then, these four, I don't know why they didn't see it coming. Hakeem Olajuwon go back all the way. Like, no, they dream shaking over there in Africa. They coming. Then you get there and you're like, oh, snap. And this is sports. This is why you have to practice hard, focus, or well. You don't always got to go beat each other up in practice, but you better be sharpening your knife. Because when it comes game time, when talent meets talent, neutralize. Now what, fool? Plan B, partner. What you gonna do now, partner? Fundamentals, huh? Will, character, all that stuff that's corny on the damn locker room walls is now in play. I don't care how tall you are, care how much you weigh, care how fast you are, punk. Get your sorry ass. Boy, oh, you ain't been working on the left? You ain't got your step through yet? Oh, yo bad. And that's what's happening. So they're frustrated. I think they're frustrated more with the system that lied to them, that produced them at this highest level. Because everywhere they've been the best. And they've traveled. But here's the thing what they ran against. It's one thing to be a great player. It's another thing to be a great player in the AAU. It's a whole different animal of what we were dealing with in Europe and overseas. Those kids don't have AAU. You know what they got? Like Public Enemy said, sit down, homie. I got a letter from the government the other day. When you a itty bitty over there, oh, you get a letter from the government. Today. And you read it, it says, Dear Luka Doncic. How you say his last name? Doncic? Doncic. We are pleased to accept you, even though you don't want to go to the Academy of Balling Out of Control. You will be granted a full scholarship and your life will be committed to the game of basketball. You will eat 3 meals, we will house you, and you will ball the funk out. At the age of 14, you will be a professional. We will give your mother an apartment, and that's it. Shut it. See you tomorrow. You fighting the government. You ever hear about these stories of these dudes when they over there? They pro. They balling out of control. They really at it. And guess what? When you have a government supporting you versus, hey, Coach Smith down there at Paul George Flyers, you know, he told me we got 3 practices this week. They're all individual islands, incentivized, influenced by money. This ain't no government grant saying, look, whatever we need. You all saw Rocky Ford, Drago. Like that's what them European players, it ain't that fresh. You know what I mean? Like they ain't got the punching bag thing that show you metric tons, but they got the government. Ain't nobody walking in, ain't no coach walking in there saying, yeah, Nike just slid me 100. Oh yeah, you playing today. Nike slid me 100. He said, you got to go. So the incentives shape the behavior. So the coaches are all in over there because they got support. They ain't tripping. Coaches over here, they love your kid. They love basketball, but they also love that mighty dollar. And that mighty dollar flowing. Hey, coach. Yeah. Saw your N.S.U game. Man, I ain't seen a 9-year-old get like that. Ooh-wee. Where is he from? Where is he? All right, tell me more. Okay, take my number down, man. I'm gonna keep up with you. I mean him. I mean y'all. You know what I mean? Over there, sir, I saw your N.S.U game. The center, who is that? He's a part of our program. Yeah, but what's his name? Didn't you watch the game? Like, boy, you better stop playing. I don't need you. I don't need no money. I don't need no hookup. I don't need no handshake. Whole different animal. So, yes, we're hating. We're hating. Not individually, I don't see it. Like, look, I think if Jokic was an American player, like with Embiid, the year that Embiid won it, of the last 4 years, he won it once, people were telling Embiid you didn't deserve it. So I don't agree with that part. Like, yo, the Americans are just hating because they're European. Nah, it ain't that. We mad at our system. It funked us, and it still funked us. That's why my son is going to a special, different program.